heard the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I'm sure you finished my sentence. This is so true, especially if we are juggling several responsibilities at once, like most of us that are doing this video and watching the video. We can't expect to be great if we are just winging it. This is why we need to take a day or a series of days or a month or so to plan. For the record, I am not talking about New Year's resolutions or even vision board. And if that is your jam, I'm not judging you either. But the type of planning that I am referring to is more detailed and requires some introspection. Hey sis, welcome to the Entrusted Women Podcast, a one-point podcast created to equip Christian women communicators of color. Every episode focuses on a single point to equip you in one of four areas: purpose, writing, speaking, and business. Along the way, I will share stories, lessons, tips, mistakes, and real-time experiences that I am learning on my journey as a Christian woman communicator of color. Now, let's dive into episode 41. Today's point is planning is the secret sauce to being a successful communicator. We have all heard the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I'm sure you finished my sentence. This is so true, especially if we are juggling several responsibilities at once, like most of us that are doing this video and watching the video. We can't expect to be great if we are just winging it. This is why we need to take a day or a series of days or a month or so to plan. For the record, I am not talking about New Year's resolutions or even vision board. And if that is your jam, I'm not judging you either. But the type of planning that I am referring to is more detailed and requires some introspection. The first type of planning that I actually began to do fresh out of college is creating a life plan. And it has literally served as a compass for me more than 20 years of my life. I sat down with a life coach fresh out of college, and I walked through crafting my foundation on paper. It includes my vision and my mission statements, my core values, and my short and long-term goals. Right now, I'm just going to deal with the vision, the mission statement, and my core values, and I'm going to talk about the short and long-term goals a little bit later. My vision statement communicates what I want to be said about me at my funeral. Now, it sounds a little morbid, but stay with me. It gives me some guardrails in life because I know what I want the end of my life to look like. So that kind of governs my present day. It determines what I do and I won't do. I address things like what I want my family to look like, my business to look like, my ministry to look like, and just my life as a whole. Every year and throughout the year, I go back and I read my vision statement. Y'all, this is my heart's cry of how my life will look at the end of my life. And my mission statement is a single sentence that says why I believe that God put me on this earth. And then my core values are statements that say what I value. Like I value the word of God, or I value exercise, I value my finances. And it has scriptures and bullet points. Things like my faith, my finances, my relationships, my family. And let me just say, it's the bullet points that hold my feet to the fire and provide a gauge by which I can evaluate whether what I value lines up with what I do and what is coming out of my mouth. The second type of planning that I do is short and long-term goals. And you may be saying, what's the difference? The short-term goals can be accomplished in weeks, months, or maybe quarters. And long-term goals can be accomplished in years, like writing a book. My writing a book long-term goal was there forever. Our short and long-term goals should inform our annual and monthly planning, because this is where we incorporate incremental action steps that will help us to actually accomplish our short and long-term goals, because we don't just want to put them on paper, right? We actually want to do them. For example, if we are writing a book, we should be allocating time every week to work on said book. There should be a correlation between our goals and our calendars. Say what? Yes, honey. Otherwise, it is just wishful thinking. When it comes to annual planning, I also take a look at last year's calendar. What worked? What didn't work? What needs to be revamped or improved? If it worked, I'm going to rinse and repeat. And if it didn't, then I need to tweak some things. This helped me to develop a system for how I operate my business and my life. It also helped me to have an idea of my financial projections for the year based on the promotionals that I plan to do in each month. I have improved little by little each year, but I'm not perfect. But sis, please know that I have a ways to go. If I were to evaluate myself, I would say I have missed the mark in so many areas. So be encouraged, honey. But at least I have a barometer to evaluate my year because I planned. And I'm not just winging it. I know what the benchmark is. I know where I want to go. This is only possible when we create and actually follow a plan. Now, if you would like some one-on-one assistance with planning for the year, I would love to help you in one of three areas: writing, speaking, and or business. If that interests you, simply click the Coaching with Kia link down below in the description section of this video. Additionally, I want to invite you to join our Facebook group, join our community of entrusted women that are focused on determining the message that we have been entrusted with, pun intended, and the intentional purpose that God created us for. All you need to do is click the link in the description section of this video below. Did I tell you it was free? It is, girl. And join me next week as we talk about why you must be comfortable doing it scared. Don't miss it.